Hi, thank you so much for allowing us to be part of this beautiful celebration for Margo. My name is Melissa Bruno. I'm a longtime attorney and advocate for sex workers and for the decriminalization of prostitution. I went to law school for the purpose of decriminalizing prostitution, and I couldn't have had that dream and continue to do this work if it wasn't for Margo and all of the activists that she worked with before my time. And just her story about how she was accused and profiled and then actually went to law school and became an expert in the law to defend herself is just such an incredible inspiration. The fact that she founded COYOTE, co-founded St. James, it's her that, that has allowed us to continue the legacy towards decriminalization.
Yeah. Margo St. James is a big heroine of mine. My name is Leigh Oshiro-Brantly, and I'm a longtime sex worker and an activist myself. And I think one of the things that's amazing about her story is kind of what Melissa was talking about, is the fact that she actually wasn't a sex worker first, but then was profiled as a sex worker and was arrested and ended up being convicted because she knew the language. So what that tells us is that people who are profiled as sex workers can be convicted of that crime. That's still happening today with things like walking while trans, or otherwise known as loitering for the purposes of prostitution. These are laws that are disproportionately targeting trans people, especially trans women of color. And we still see these kinds of laws that are definitely in effect in states across the United States now that are still happening. And so there's still work to be done, and people like Margo St. James, 50, 60 years ago, laid the groundwork, and we see this work still being done, and we're working hard to decriminalize prostitution. One of the things I think that's interesting is that she wasn't a sex worker, but then was, went to jail for this, and then became a sex worker because this was on her record. I think that that's something that Melissa has defended people who have had that experience, and this is something that, as an ally, if you want to be an ally to sex workers, you have to understand that these laws are far-reaching and they can affect you even if you're not a sex worker. You could be profiled as one. Anybody who values bodily autonomy, you should be concerned about the way that sex workers are treated in this country, because it could be you, especially online now. That's the new street. Online is the new street walk. And so I think that you need to think about that when you're having free speech about your sexual life and bodily autonomy. So thank you so much for letting us be a part of this great project.